This is the L2C Media Network, and it's good to be back from New York. This is Sports Final with Steve the Baxman Baxley, brought to you by, or actually presented by, because we actually don't have any sponsors, the L2C Media Network. I'm Harry von Stuttgart now with the latest sports news, headlines, scores, and anything else we can think of for a damn hour. Here he is, our host, Mr. Happy Steve Baxman Baxley. All right, thank you, Harry. Good evening, everybody. Excuse me, Uno. We gotta up the camera here. Ow. There we go. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to the first sports final of 2022. Yay. And you can tell it's the first thing because we were actually prepared. But anyway, how you doing? How's everything? I'm glad to see you all, and I'm sorry I'm got the headphones on because I figure the producer's going to be hollering at us. We keep forgetting we're doing this from the Fred McLeod Sports Desk here at the here in the legendary Tom O'Neill Studios here in Jackson. How you doing? I will take off the Spartan hat because, frankly, I enjoy the Spartans. I thought the Wolverines could have done a bit better, made a nice little clean sweep. But hey, they tasted the playoffs, the college football playoffs. So they did a good job. By the way, speaking of good jobs, thank you, Jim Brandstetter and Dan Deerdorf. Jim Brandstetter, 43 years, a part of Michigan football. I don't know about maybe 5 or 6, somewhere. I'm going to say a decade of doing the play-by-play for Michigan after Frank Beckman retired. Dan Deerdorf was brought in, and they brought it home. So they leave as champions of the Big Ten, and they could have left as champions of as national champions. But alas and alack, Georgia was tough. Boy, I can't wait for readings from Alabama versus Georgia as the SEC continues to dominate college football headlines. Speaking of dominating things, yeah, come on, guys. Thank you. We got a lot to do tonight, so without further ado, let's bring it to you right now. We're about 3 minutes into the broadcast. Huzzah. And once again, no commercials because we don't have sponsorship. We have a pseudo sponsorship. And it is fun to have pseudos, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay. Whoops. No. Excuse me. Can we? Is there a way we can do this simple? Boom, boom. There we go. No, we should have. No, it's the wrong thing. We don't do it like that. There we go. We do this. Yay! We got it right for a change. Hey, we're allowed error. We're allowed mistakes. Like, for example, we're supposed to. Is there a way we can actually do this? Okay. There we go. I think we can do it like that. Yeah. Okay. Let's get to it. Let's get you the score from the Monday night. And by the way, it is the final Monday night game of the season for ESPN. Yay. We'll give you the results and everything else. Next week, of course, the season finale. ESPN's got 2 games on Saturday. We'll tell you all coming up. But right now, let's give you the final scores and a little recap. Like we're supposed to. But I don't think there is a recap. No, there isn't because the game ended. So we'll just give you the scores like we normally do. So if we can cross the If we can cross the Alps. Thank you. All right, it was Big Ben night. No, not the clock, but the um, Hall of Fame quarterback by the name of Ben Roethlisberger. He done did good. And if we can go over here, yes, finally, I know how to do this. Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Cleveland Browns 26-14. Mayfield had a field of dreams for the Browns. 185 yards and 2 touchdowns. Chubb 12 attempts for 58 yards rushing. Peoples Jones, 3 receptions for 76 yards. For the Steelers, Big Ben Roethlisberger, 123 yards and a touchdown. Harris, 28 attempts, 188 yards, 1 touchdown. And McLeod, Shalif, 4 receptions, 35 yards. And there you go. Once again, final score, Steelers 26, Browns 14. It's going to be a fun day today. Yes, it is. Okay, so we go from that very thing. Let's go over to the frozen fake ice, as we like to call it, from the hardwood to the hard silicone and cement ice. And not many games going on tonight. Wow. Here we go. New York Rangers beat the Oilers of Edmonton 4-1. Strome for the Rangers, 1 goal to Lafreniere for the Rangers, 1 goal, 1 assist, and Georgiev, 33 saves for the Rangers. Hurricanes, Maple Leafs, Wild and Senators, Minnesota Wild, and the Ottawa Senators, not Wild Senators, though you never know in Canada, and you especially never know here in the States. Both games postponed. Oh boy, this is going to be exciting and fun and bizarre. Let's see, do we have anything going on with men? Yes, we do. Yay! In exhibition, 9th ranked Minnesota defeated the U.S. under-18 team 5-3. 10th ranked Massachusetts over Merrimack 4-3. Canisius and Clarkson have yet to start, or if they have, no one's told us. Can we do a little something here? Well, I want to make sure I am getting the correct thing. So if you will pardon me here, because we are getting it sort of says Clarkson, Canisius, first period just underway, but I don't think so. I think anyway, we'll come back to that in a moment. Number 10th ranked Massachusetts defeated Merrimack by a score of, thank you, 4-3. We are going to try to get you some confirming about the Clarkson Canisius game. Porvu. So let's just because really they start this late. Come on. Boy, this is exciting, isn't it? We're trying to get confirmation on a game. Oh boy. Okay. Let's that's what it's saying. There we go. I want to get out of it too. So we're getting out of it here. Let's see. We need see. Okay, this is going to be fun. Clarkson versus Canisius. ISUS 2022. Okay, we'll see if they give us a score here, or if it truly is a game that late. I know it's very hammy, isn't it? Yeah. We have to find out. We have to find out. Yep, here we go. This might help us, and it should. It should help us. Yes, indeed, it should help us. I hope it does. Here we go. And the score is. I hate when we use other things here and we don't get the score right away because it started at 7 Eastern. Come on, Boobalas. Clarkston, Canisius, January 3rd, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Do we have a score? Do we have a prayer? Do we have anything? Well, if we do, we just don't have it with us, which is bad enough. Let's see. Oh, apparently we don't have the score. Canisius, come on, quit being dipsoids. Okay, so we'll just say the game started at 7 Eastern. They haven't called in a report on the final score, so we once again move on. Oops. Let's try that one. Okay. Women's hockey. And it goes like this. Women's hockey, and it goes like this. And we screw up. Okay, women's hockey. Things go like this. Right now in the non-conference game, Princeton over LIU 1-0. Boston College and Providence, they did play, but we don't have a score from them. So we say, come on, guys, give us the full scores. Will you? Sheesh. Anyway, let's continue on our merry little Jason Sanborn way as we bring you more scores than we ever thought we could. So, got a lot to do. Okay, let's bop diddy bop bop. Bop bop bop. There we are. You sure there was no scores? Okay. Let's go to the AHL. I'm sure somewhere in minor league hockey. Because if not, get ready for a reading. It should be fun, shouldn't it? Scores, please. Thank you. All right. We do have some scores for our Monday Little Fun Fest. There's only one game that scorps us. The Toronto Marlies beat the Belleville Senators 4-2. There went the HL scores. Now let's do the O as in Ontario Hockey League, see if they got any scores for us. And there were no games scheduled for Monday, so we go here. We put down minor league hockey because we know there's a lot more of hockey leagues around the U.S. Let's go over to the ECHL hockey confines for the personal. Sorry about that, but here we go.
Must be in your room.
Probably in the other room, yours mainly. Let's go to the scores here. The ECHL. See if anyone did play tonight. After all, it is a new year, and this should be a very pleasant Sunday. Sunday? Yeah, no, it's actually Monday. Okay, I have a feeling we have no scores from this league. How do I know that? Because we're still rolling, and they do not play until Wednesday. So, hey, we accept that. We accept that in the honesty to which it is provided. So we go from the ECHL to the Southern Professional Hockey League, or Spiel, as we like to call it, the Spiel. let's give you some scores. Obviously, no games. No games tonight or Tuesday, I do believe. They will have games Thursday and Friday. So we're saved on that one. Let's go to the other one, the last one on our list, as we go further on into the mainland. There we are. Let's go to the Federal Prospects Hockey League and open up a can of little soda there. We scratch. We go to the game center. Let's take it to the scores. And let's see if they were playing any games tonight. Obviously, they weren't. Is that right? Well, let's see here. Yep, that's right, Jethro. They didn't play any tonight. So we are done with that. Let's get you over to more of the madness. By the way, Nick Ricada's got a good show tonight at midnight Eastern Time, just 6 minutes from now. It's his Monday night edition of Lost Blading the Interwebs, and we hope you'll tune in for that little pull-up. Okay, we go from the ice to the hardwood. And if you got hardwood, hey, you know what to do with it. By the way, I forgot I would be negligent if I did not say that all of our scores were presented to you in all honor and respect by Caesar Sportsbook. Remember, we are all Caesars, especially the Mannings. They're all Caesars. So is my hair. All right. We got a couple of fourth quarter games and a third quarter game. Let's go for fourth quarter. 7:54 remaining in the game. It's Portland Trailblazers 109, Atlanta Hawks 107, 9:52 left to play. The Golden State Warriors lead the Miami Heat by 10, 97-87. And with 7:15 left to play in third quarter, the Minnesota Timberwolves lead the Los Angeles Clippers 75-54. Final scores, we got them for you. Would you like to hear them? Good. Washington Wizards beat the Charlotte Hornets by 3, 124-121. Bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you. The Philadelphia 76ers beat the Houston Rockets 133-113. Memphis Grizzlies over the Brooklyn Nets 118-104. Detroit Pistons beat the defending NBA Gesundheit champion Milwaukee Bucks 115-106. Chicago Bulls over the Orlando Magic 102-98. The Utah Jazz, who knew they played Jazz in Utah, 115-104 over the New Orleans Pelicans. And the Dallas Mavericks over the Denver Nuggets 103-89. Let's right now tally forth to some women's college basketball scores, and we do so like a fly. Yes, we do those things. You know, we like to we like to do things on the fly here. By the way, once again, we want to wish a great bill o' health to sports director at WLNS TV6, the lovely and extremely talented Miss Audrey Dahlgren, who did a yeoman's job in Atlanta covering the Michigan State Spot in Atlanta? Yes, covering the Michigan State Spartans in their New Year's Eve 6 bowl game down there. And congratulations to the Spartans, who I guess we could say got a taste of the college football playoffs yet again. And to Mel Tucker and his crew, congratulations. Let's see you repeat. Speaking of a repeat, let's take you to the men because we got scores. There you go. By the way, Audrey, we send you warm, fuzzy, get well hugs and little kitty cats, I do believe, in our brief message. Okay, let's get to the scoreboard. Only two games to talk to you about. Number 23 ranked Wisconsin got rid of Third ranked Purdue 74-69. That's right. We ring the bell for 69. Why? It's a very, very workable number. Wow. And eighth ranked Arizona beat Washington 95-79. By the way, we do have the top 25 for you, but we're going to do that for you on Tuesday. Yahoo. Okay, we done did the men. Now let's get to the ladies and find out how they did. And guess what? There's only one game, but it got postponed. That's right, Mississippi State and 21st ranked Kentucky postponed due to the vid. That's right, due to that there COVID. That's gotten everything all rockin', rookend. So we say a bon chance to the college basketball. And I'm afraid we also say a bon voyage to the G League, who have also canceled some of their games because of COVID as well. In fact, the next time we upload the G League scores will be January 5th. So there you go. January 5th, we will resume our G League scoring update. That's right. In fact, let's give you a looky-loo at the games that are slated to be played on that day. At 7 p.m. in Grand Rapids, Michigan, the Westchester Knicks take on the Grand Rapids Gold. Coverage courtesy of ESPN Plus and the Madison Square Garden Network. Another 7 o'clock game, College Park Skyhawks taking on the Long Island Nets. That game on ESPN Plus and the Yes app. The Motor City Cruise take on the Windy City Bulls. I almost said Blues. Let's try that again. The Motor City Cruise take on the Windy City Bulls, 8 p.m. Wednesday night. That game solely on ESPN Plus. Another 8 p.m. starter, Delaware Blue Coats taking on the Wisconsin Hoyt. That game on ESPN Plus and TV 32 in Milwaukee. 9 o'clock, the Memphis Hustle take on the Salt Lake City Stars. That broadcast on ESPN Plus. 10 p.m., finally, the Birmingham Squadron take on the Stockton Kings. That game on ESPN Plus, as well as my TV 68 and V94.9 FM. And that is your Wednesday dialogue of dyslexic hoo-ha. 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 Hoo-ha-dee-ha-dee-ha-da. Da-da-da. Hoo-ha-dee-ha-dee-hoo-da. Da-da-da. Boom. And we got to just do it over again because everything, I don't know what's going on with this thing. So we'll just do this and we'll do that and everything should be back to normal. Yes, it is back to normal. We've only been on the air for 23 minutes. Don't you just love it when things all of a sudden, is that true? Yeah, it's 12:01, so we've got plenty of time. Let's get you some headlines before we can do everything else that we need to do, including give you a couple of reschedules from the NBA and the NFL. So here we go. Let's get on the NFL. And if you thought the Raiders had problems, oops, their problems just continued. That's right. Another Las Vegas Raider player has found himself in trouble with the law early Monday morning. Raiders rookie quarterback Nate Hobbs was arrested for misdemeanor DUI in Vegas after he was found asleep in his car, according to a statement from the Las Vegas Metropolitan Policia. The arrest came just hours after the Raiders' important 23-20 victory over the Indianapolis Colts. And yeah, I got to get me a thank you. I got to get me a person that can be my wrench. Get rid of some of these ne'er-do-wells. We have a chat room. We hope people will chat with us. And there's a little bot that tries desperately to, make things unacceptable. Let's put it that way. All right, let's keep going. Police responded to the Cromwell Hotel around 4 a.m. Pacific after witnesses saw Hobbs asleep at the wheel on a parking lot exit ramp. Hobbs was booked into Clark County Detention Center. Raiders interim head coach Rich Bisaccia told reporters on Monday afternoon that he had just been made aware of the incident and would not offer further comment at this time. Oh, joy. Hobbs was selected by the Raiders in the fifth round of the 2021 NFL Draft out of Illinois. In 15 games played this season with 9 starts, he has recorded 67 combined tackles, 1 sack, 2 passes, defended, and an interception. On Sunday against Colts, Hobbs recorded 4 combined tackles and a quarterback hit that probably sent the quarterback to Cleveland. Ha ha ha. The Raiders have had a very tough season when it comes to off-field mishaps. Dobbs' arrest comes 2 months after former Raiders wideout Henry Ruggs III was charged with DUI resulting in death and reckless driving resulting in death or serious bodily harm after being involved in a fatal car accident while being impaired. The Raiders play host to the Los Angeles Chargers in the season finale on Sunday Night Football on NBC with a playoff spot on the line. For the rest of the world, we just wait. And speaking of that, let's give you the final week of the National Football League, and everything else is now official. We begin Saturday, January 8th, with the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Denver Broncos, 4:30 on ESPN, simulcast on ABC. Cowboys and Eagles wrap it up for ESPN and ABC at 8:15. Sunday, Chargers Raiders, 8:20 on NBC. The Saturday double dip is new for the final week of the regular season. ESPN's contract now includes 2 Saturday games with playoff implications during the final week of the season, involving teams playing to stay alive for a wild card berth, division title, conference seeding, or first round bye. Those games will be played on ESPN and ABC simultaneously. The NFL has had the opportunity to flex the Sunday Night Football finale since the 2006 contract, which gave NBC the rights to the Sunday night package. The 2017 season was the lone year the league did not exercise the option to end the season on Sunday night due to the final Sunday of the season being on New Year's Eve. The Week 18 game is determined exclusively by the league, meaning neither CBS nor Fox can protect that game. The league seeks to flex a matchup in which at least one team must win in order to qualify for the playoffs, regardless of what happens in the other Week 18 games. Hence, this is why the Raiders and Chargers were selected for the final Sunday night matchup. And the networks for each game will be announced on Monday, which is today. And, well, actually, it's now Tuesday. So here we go. Get ready. The 1 o'clock games. Pittsburgh and Baltimore, CBS. Cincinnati at Cleveland on Fox. Green Bay at Detroit on Fox. Tennessee at Houston on CBS. Indianapolis at the Ville, known as Jacksonville, on CBS. Chicago and Minnesota on Fox. Washington at the New York Giants on Fox. The 4:25 games on Fox and CBS are Seattle at Arizona, Fox. New Orleans at Atlanta, Fox. New York Jets at Buffalo, CBS. San Francisco at the Los Angeles Rams on Fox. New England, Miami on CBS. And Carolina at Tampa Bay on CBS. There you go. Happy landings and enjoy the final week, the bonus week, Week 18, to you and I. Okay, that tears it up right there. I got my clock going, so we know how much time we got left. It is 7 minutes past midnight. We're going to try to get you all the way to San Tropez in one fail swoop. Let us swoop over to another NFL story. And for the Steelers, Mike Tomlin, it was somewhat of a season that was very bizarre. The standard is the standard, is Mike Tomlin's most popular saying, and under Tomlin, the standard in Pittsburgh has been to consistently be in position to compete for a Super Bowl title. The Steelers' ability to uphold the standard under Tomlin has helped Pittsburgh coach make history. By virtue of the 26-14 Week 17 win over the Cleveland Browns on Monday night, Tomlin secured his NFL record 15th consecutive non-losing season to begin his coaching career as the Steelers improved to 8-7-1 with one game remaining. The record was previously held by the late Marty Schottenheimer during his time with the Browns and Chiefs from 84 to 97. The youngest coach to win a Super Bowl, 36. Tomlin also led the Steelers to 2 AFC titles, 7 AFC North Division titles, and nine playoff appearances. Earlier this season, Tomlin became the 20th coach to win 150 career games. At the age of 49, Tomlin needed only 232 games to reach 150 wins, making him the fourth fastest coach to reach that milestone. Huzzah! While many of the faces have changed, the Steelers continue to have success under Tomlin and his largely effective leadership style. This season, despite several personnel changes, the Steelers remain in the hunt to make the playoffs for a 10th time under Tomlin. Congratulations. And there you go. Happy landings on a chocolate star. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. Let's get more headlines and maybe a couple of media bites for you. But I don't see anything going, so there we go. All right. Oop. Well, that was fun, if not tubercularly annoying. Let's just map it right there. Now, if you think the NFL schedule is flexed, take a look at the NBA. They've had to reschedule 11 games that were postponed in December to the COVID-19 Omicron variant, otherwise known as pandemic numeral 3. The NBA announced on Monday afternoon the rescheduling of the 11 games that were postponed in December due to the spike in COVID-19 cases across the league. The COVID-19 cases has caused many teams to be short a handful of players on a night-to-night basis, resulting in games being postponed. Now, as a response, the NBA and its Players Association adopted new changes to the league's health and safety protocols to ensure as few games would be postponed as possible. Some of the new changes are reduced quarantine time for asymptomatic players who are no longer deemed contagious and mandating that teams must use hardship exceptions to add players on 10-day contracts so that the games can continue to be played. And here are the times, dates, and networks, if possible, for the 11 rescheduled games so far this season. All right, here we go. Brooklyn Nets, Portland Trailblazers will be played January 10th, 8 p.m. The Pistons and the Bulls will meet together January 11th, also at 8 p.m. New Orleans and Philadelphia, January 25th at 7 p.m. Denver Nuggets, Brooklyn Nets, January 26th at 7:30 p.m. Toronto Raptors, Chicago Bulls, January 26th at 8. Chicago Bulls, Toronto Raptors on the other side of that coin, 7:30 p.m. February 3rd. Along with Miami Heat, San Antonio Spurs, 8:30 p.m. on February 3rd. February 17th, Washington Wizards at Brooklyn Nets at 7:30. Orlando Magic at Toronto Raptors. March 4th at 7:30. Golden State Warriors at Denver Nuggets. March 7th at 9 p.m. And the Cleveland Cavs and Atlanta Hawks, March 31, 7:30 p.m. Though there's still a chance more games could be postponed this season. Right now, the league will try to do everything possible to keep its schedule somewhat on track, with the NBA Finals expected to start on June 2nd. Ooh, we shall watch. Okay, well, the Giants, Joe Judge, went on a tirade after the embarrassing way they lost yesterday. He is furious and firing off shots following his latest embarrassment, this time a 29-3 butt whopping at the hands of the Chicago Bears on Sunday. And there were several other head coaches and organizations caught in his crossfire. As the New York Giants, 4-12 on the season and owners of a 5-game losing streak, crawl into the regular season finale against the Washington football team. There are plenty of questions regarding the future or lack thereof of Joe Judge with the Big Blue. His answers to those questions was to fire off a tirade that came equipped with everything, including profanity, and not so failed shots aimed at other teams and other head coaches as well, both former and current. We would read you the verbal words, but we shall not. We shall just continue. Okay, we'll just do it anyways. Yes. Some of his salty remarks. Quote, they have every right. You buy a ticket, come to the stadium, you have every right to boo me going out of the stadium. That's what we sign up for, right? And it's New York. It's supposed to be a tough place to be. Certain cities in this country, they don't even know if their team is playing today, all right? So you sign up for a job in a city like New York, you expect to have this. Now, that was just a warm-up for what happened next. Quote, this ain't a team that's having fist fights on the sidelines. This ain't some clown show organization or something else, okay? Well, that is very obviously a jab at Ron Rivera in Washington, who witnessed defensive linemen Darian Payne and Jonathan Allen in an altercation at AT&T Stadium in their humiliating loss at the hands of the Dallas Cowboys, one in which Payne put his finger in Allen's temple and pushed before Allen jumped up and took a swing that could have sent Payne home early if it connected. And it's sure to go over well when the Giants face off against Washington on Sunday. Oh boy, Judge wasn't done there. There was enough ammunition for his predecessor in New York as well, namely Pat Shurmur, who currently operates as the offensive coordinator for the Denver Broncos after having been dismissed by the Giants following the 2019 season. Quote, when I came here and I sat down with all the players, hi, Mom, I wanted to know what it was like in here, what we had to change from their months. Judge said to a man, every player looked me in the eye and said, Joe, it's not a team. They don't play hard. We're out of the playoffs. Everybody quit. Everybody tapped. They stopped showing up to captain's meetings, all that stuff, right? They tapped out, okay? And I heard you the first time. I tell you right now, if you're in the damn building, you walk on through our locker room, you ain't seen that crap you saw before I arrived, all right? You ain't seeing guys planning vacations. You ain't seeing golf clubs in front of players' lockers. You ain't seeing that stuff, okay? You ain't seen it, all right? And that's not because of some high school program, because we're cracking the whip, end quote. But there's more. As the desperation in his voice took hold, having already fired offensive coordinator Jason Garrett weeks ago, the Giants' offense has been more abysmal, with Judge and Freddie Kitchens calling the plays as a collective. And yes, the absence of Daniel Jones helped fuel that tailspin, but the other lack of adjustments and preparedness. Is Mike Gleason really the best they can muster at quarterback to the point that they believe he's the best they have on the roster? Puts blame squarely on Judge, his staff, and general manager Dave Gettleman. Owner John Mara made it clear in the offseason that he was growing impatient. While he didn't put a playoff mandate on Judge and company, he also noted he fears the team falling into a rut that makes the fan base turn their backs on the organization. Take a look at the Detroit Lions when you say that. Mara then gave the green light to Gettleman to add major weapons of free agency, such as wideout Kenny Golladay, formerly of Detroit, and cornerback Adoree Jackson. But it's all been an exercise in futility. The Giants will now finish with a fifth consecutive losing season, the last two being with Judge at the helm and currently ranked second worst in the NFL on offense. On Sunday against the Bears, Glennon and the Giants ended the day with minus 10 passing yards. That's negative 10, kids. At the end, it sounds as if Judge is pleading publicly for more time and making no friends around the league in the process, but that is not his concern, clearly. Keeping his job is, but time will tell if Mara's patience has, like most of the fans' patience, officially run out. And we all get to see it on television. Wazoo. Okay, let's get to our international thing very quickly and concisely because it's 18 minutes past the hour of midnight and we do things on a quick wire. Let's go now to Premier League action and Wolverhampton over Manchester 1-0. Championship action, Derby County and Reading tied at 2. Preston North End defeated Stoke 2-1. In League One action, it was Cambridge United and Portsmouth tied at 0. In National League Soccer, it was Grimsby Town and Halifax Town tied at 1. In National League South action, Hungerford Town over Hampton and Richmond 3-0. Highland League, Brechin City lost to Fraserburgh 5-3. All the rest of the schedule postponed except for Turf United. They lost to Wick Academy 3-2. Lowland League, Gretna 2008 defeated Dalbeattie Star 2-1. Spanish La Liga, Villarreal over Levante 5-0. Athletic Bilbao over Osasuna 3-1. And Seville over Cadiz 1-0. In French Coupe de France, Paris Saint-Germain over Vannes 4-0. And in Portugal, Tondela over Morisens 2-1. There you go. Let's give you a little bit of media bites for you, and I got to do this, so hang on. As we go like this, we go like that, and we go bye-bye. Oh boy, that's 2 times we get those brief little massages. Okay, here we go, and at least he's got his Fox Network deal. Ken Rosenthal is leaving the NFL Network to begin with. There's no doubt whatever about that, but the discussion about why he's leaving appears set to take some potentially interesting turns. Andrew Marchand of the New York Post wrote about this yesterday and linked it to comments Rosenthal made about MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred in one of his other jobs, which is writing for The Athletic, back in 2020. And let's get going now. It's interesting that it's only now come out that Rosenthal didn't appear on Major League Baseball Network's airwaves. Why are you moving that yourself? Thank you. For 3 months in 2020, but his status as an insider who appeared as a guest on many MLB Network shows rather than the host of a regularly scheduled show probably contributed to that not being noticed at the time. And yes, that's a significant on-air absence. And it's absolutely notable that if it was as a result of what seemed like pretty mild comments about Manfred, it would be fascinating to learn what specifically led to that absence. Was there any sort of influence exerted from MLB proper on the network as a result of Rosenthal's writing for The Athletic? And if so, what were those influences? From Manfred or one of his deputies or from other quarters? Now, with that said, though, there isn't exactly a smoking gun in Marchand's report to indicate that Rosenthal was fired over his 2020 comments on Manfred. And as per Marchand, that at worst hit, quote, as if the perception that Manfred is beholden to owners and out of touch with players was not bad enough, he was trending on Twitter on Monday after performing a massive flip-flop, end quote. And that is specifically criticizing Manfred's, rather commenting on perceptions on him from players and fans. That's really what Rosenthal was eventually let go for. It's not a great look for either MLB or its own cable network. It's notable that the pieces haven't been solidly linked yet beyond Marchand's believed to be the end results of acrimony comment, which does not come with a particular source citation. And yes, while limiting on-air appearances and letting a contract expire rather than outright firing someone is a known and successful PR strategy, see ESPN, an expiring contract does leave people some doubt on the direct linkage between comments and a move. As Marchand notes, MLB Network does have a new president, Bill Morningstar, who took over near the end of 2021. And they have parted ways with some other longtime figures recently, and Marchand does include the statement from an MLB spokesperson. There you go on that. So we say it is, of course, least plausible that someone at Major League Baseball, whether it's Manfred himself or someone else in power, took exception to Rosenthal discussing the poor perception of the commissioner from players and fans in one of his other roles. And if it did happen, that speaks to three distinct media issues at the moment. The challenges of working for a league network. League network reporters currently do break a lot of news, including some unfavorable to their league, but some have talked about how particular stories aren't fit for those outlets. The challenges of holding multiple jobs. Rosenthal also currently works for Fox Sports and The Athletic and is expected to continue with both of those companies. What works for Fox or for The Athletic doesn't work for MLB-owned media, and issues with league executives trying to dictate how they're covered. In other words, be goody two shoes. So we'll keep an eye on this story as well. Yes, we get near the end here. We got about 6 minutes left. Can we make it? 6 minutes is like an eternity in some cases. Ah, yes. Let's see here if we can bop city bop. Okay, can we boom that? Grazie. Mike Greenberg of ESPN, the host of Get Up, reveals he has COVID. Ryan Smith will fill in as the host while Mike Greenberg goes into quarantine. And finally, the Washington football team's Ricky Seals-Jones suffered a neck injury during a collision with a Fox handheld camera person. While the cameraman walked off on his own power to an applause from the crowd, well, this wasn't so good for the player. And I think that, for one thing, is going to put us almost out of the time here. So let's top it off with our usual closing bell. That's right. We go totally international. We give you everything we. So let us do that. Let us tell you what has happened in the stream of things that we like to call the world of sport. And here we go. We may have bitten the bullet on this. Let's update you on a couple of NBA games. 12 minutes into the fourth quarter, Portland Trailblazers lead the Atlanta Hawks by 4, 135-131. And 7 minutes into the fourth quarter, the Minnesota Timberwolves lead the Los Angeles Clippers by 20, 104-84. Italy's basketball league postponed their games, and so did Spain. In the World Test Series, New Zealand leads by 16 runs with 5 wickets remaining in the second innings. And in the World Test Series, after day 1, South Africa trails by 167 runs with 9 wickets remaining in the first innings. And repeating the final Monday night game, Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Cleveland Browns by a score of 26-14. Friends, and I know you are, we have done the impossible. We have come to the conclusion of our show and our sportscast, and we thank you very much for putting up with us. And we say to you a cautiously fun good night. We will be back tomorrow, midnight Eastern time. We got a couple of podcasts to do. So we're going to do that and get those done. And we will see you at midnight Eastern time tomorrow for more fun, more thrills, more chills, more excitement, and more of the hugest sporty balls you ever have seen in the world of sports. That's right. Don't forget, next Monday, Steve Sporty Balls will debut. Of course, the title will be, the sports final title will still be with us. It'll just be called Steve Sporty Balls featuring Sports Final. There you go. It's a nice secondary title, and it's one that I think will do us great as we enter a new realm with a new look and still the same old me. Thanks everybody for being with us. We will be back tomorrow night, midnight Eastern time. Until then, for Harry and for all the folks in the control room here at the Fred McLeod Sports Desk at the Tom O'Neill Studios here in Jackson, Steve, the Baxman Baxley, saying thank you for tuning in. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the fun folks at the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. All we do is give you scores and fun. We don't do highlights because we don't have the rights to show them. And when we get everything all downloaded and joined at the hip, we'll be better. You'll actually see scores, and we'll have a lot more. We'll have entertainment news and anything else we like to talk about or you would like to talk about. So please join us next Monday for the debut of Steve's Sporty Balls featuring Sports Final. I'll see you tomorrow for more of this madness we call Sports Final. Good night, everybody.